Ever since we've had the habit dogs, it has been absolutely remarkable. Our patient population comes to us and nothing in their lives is normal anymore. It's just been an incredible thing, and people that don't have animals don't realize just how invaluable it is, and I'm so blessed that this program is here, and if any floor in this hospital needs it, it is 12 East, the oncology floor.
I'm watching them as they're going in, and they're asking them if they'd like to see the dogs, and I usually see them say, oh yeah, bring them on in here, they're so cute. Yeah, I think it makes a big difference, you know, spiritually, I think too, you know, gives them hope.
First thing I look for when they walk in the door, I'll greet the owner and the dog, and I want to see the dog's reaction when I walk up and greet the owner. And then after the initial greeting, I ask the owner to walk with the dog a short distance. I want to see how the dog walks on the leash with the owner. I just ask the owner to do a few things. So I'll ask them to press down on the top of the dog's head, press down on their muzzle, look in their ear, check their teeth, handle a foot, hold their face and stare at them, and give them a hug. Once that part is complete, I then take the dog without the owner. I go up to an office or an area with several people in it and get the dog to greet the people. I walk up to the individuals and let them pet the dog and just watch the reactions of the dog with the different people. When we finish that part of the evaluation, then I bring the dog into a empty room, a classroom usually, and I just let the dog wander around for a little bit and get used to the surroundings. And then I go through the same procedure that we went through with the owner, where I walk with the dog to see if it'll walk with me without pulling. I have them sit and do the pressure, downward pressure on the head and the muzzle, check the ear again, the teeth, handle the foot, hold them. Another thing I do with the dogs is I take them up a stairway and then we come back down an elevator. Most of the dogs have some sort of separation anxiety. Other dogs could care less. They'll lay quietly at my feet. Some of them will play, and then when I quit playing with them and do paperwork, they'll take the ball or the toy and toss it around and play all by themselves. These are the type of dogs that are going to be very good dogs that you could put in a crowd situation, that are just, you know, oblivious to what goes on around them. They're not nervous. They're very confident.
They're very respectful when the dog is actually in the room. So it's nice during my reading groups, if they're sitting and reading with the dog, you know, one-on-one or with a small group, then I get to focus on the other children, and they are really careful not to interrupt whoever's turn it is, because they want to be treated the same way when it's their turn. They're very courteous, and you know, you can kind of see the excitement bubbling over sometimes, but they also want to be careful and respectful for each other. We have extra people in the room. We have a dog that wants to hear you read, and I always have them pick a book ahead of time and practice so that they're ready to read with an enjoyable voice, because the dog wants to hear you use expression. I've had several children take, you know, stories home about reading to the dog, practice on surrogates like their dogs or brothers or sisters. They figure it out. If they read to someone out loud, they catch on that they're getting better, and then the family gets on board too, because they hear the difference, and lots of times the younger siblings end up benefiting from that too. If you have a volunteer coming in, you have another person in the room, you have another set of eyes. It's a great resource. It's extra help and it's extra incentive. I think for the teacher, I've had a very positive experience, and I hope if people are at the meeting and trying to decide if they want to volunteer with their dog, that they'll at least come and observe and see what it's like. One of the first things I ask a new student standing in my doorway scared to enter, you know, for the first time is, do you like dogs? And usually the answer is, you know, an emphatic yes. And then I'm able to tell the parents right there, I'm going to send home a permission slip so that they can read with our habit dog that comes once a week. And I have some pictures I can show you. And it's just a really easy welcome in. And it also gives them something to talk about with the other students in the classroom. And it's just an easy way to get them in and get them talking.
The dogs that are a little more shy, you know, you're going to recommend those dogs for more like a nursing home situation where they're greeting an individual one-on-one.
Come here, baby.
She's ready to go to work, Ronnie. She's not even gonna wait for you to tell her. Now, can you lift this arm?
No,
But you can a little bit.
I can just a hand, I can move a hand.
All right. Okay, Ronnie, you're doing good now. You're letting it go right in front of you. That's wonderful. That's okay. Just take it easy. Take your time.
Take it. Good doggy.
That was good.
Good girl. Come around.
You've got that down pat. Good girl.
Good girl.
There. She likes that. Very good.
I wish they'd come every day.
What do you think the dogs do for you? What do you think a dog does for you when you work with them?
They make you happy. They don't know sadness. They make you happy.
Makes you feel good.
I am Aiden's chauffeur. My job is to get Aiden where he needs to go, and we visit at Children's Hospital, and we basically go in and give people some smiles for the day. So Wednesdays are by far our favorite day of the week. If I tell him it's a work day, he gets very excited and will stare at me until we leave the house. So I can't tell him too early, but he's very excited to come, and when he gets here, he just kind of sinks into his routine, and he goes from room to room, visits all the kids, gets brushed, gets petted. We do have a bath, usually the day before, and we do get brushed the morning of. He knows even before I tell him, I think, because he'll come in and look at me and kind of give me that questioning look, like, are we going to visit today? And if I tell him it's a work day, he knows. He is a different dog when he's got his scarf on. He listens more, he takes cues from me, and he knows that he's out, quote, working, and his job is to go visit people and get loved on, and he does a very good job of that. So
I just felt so fortunate when we realized on our unit that we were going to be a part of the Habit program. I found out immediately the effect that a dog on the unit can have on most of our kids and families. 99 times out of 100, the child's mood just completely flips. They're more calm, they're more at ease, they're just genuinely happy to see the dog and the owner, and it's just amazing how the environment is different when we have a dog on the unit. And it's neat how a lot of times the kids are just so genuinely surprised to see a dog they don't expect to come to a hospital or a doctor's office visit and be able to interact with an amazing dog that maybe if they've never been here before, they certainly weren't expecting. If you have an animal that's eligible for the program and you have the time to give, please do it, because it gives so much joy and so much happiness. It's just really, really special to see how they create that bond with the dog and with the owner as well. So I would say totally do it. It means an awful lot. The benefits are just immeasurable, and it just makes a huge difference to have a dog on your unit. It's just a special, special thing to be able to be a part of.